Savers are losers, why the rich are getting richer. If you had $10,000 in a savings account in 2015, it is now worth 30% less in purchasing power. Meanwhile, the average millionaire has seen their wealth double in the same period. Could your responsible savings actually be making you poorer? Today, I'm revealing the wealth secret that banks and financial advisors don't want you to know. Today, we're tackling a controversial truth that's going to flip everything that you thought you knew about money. Savers are actually losers in today's economy. Now, before you click away thinking I've gone mad, stick with me. This isn't about throwing away financial responsibilities. It's about understanding why traditional savings advice is leaving you behind while the wealthy keep accelerating further ahead. Before I get started, I have an obligatory disclaimer. None of this information should be considered financial advice. I don't know your circumstances, and I'm not your financial advisor. You need to take responsibility for your own actions. If you require support with your financial circumstances, please seek advice from a qualified professional. Look, we've all been fed the same financial fairy tale. Work hard, save diligently, someday you'll be financially secure. How's that working out for most of us? The brutal truth is that for many people, it's not. You're working harder than ever, watching every dollar, cutting back on smashed avocados and lattes, and yet your dream of home ownership, comfortable retirement, and financial freedom keeps slipping further away. Meanwhile, have you noticed that the wealthy people rarely talk about this amazing savings account? That's because the rich aren't getting richer by stashing their cash under their mattress or in a 1% interest rate bank account. They play an entirely different game. Let me bust 3 dangerous myths right now. First, saving is the path to wealth. In an economy with inflation running at 3 to 4%, your savings are literally shrinking in value every single day. Second, debt is always bad. The wealthy know there is good debt and bad debt. They use the good kind to build massive wealth. And third, financial security comes from playing it safe. The safest seeming option, doing nothing with your money, is actually the riskiest move you can make in the long run. Inflation is the silent wealth killer. Here's the math that should terrify every saver. If inflation averages around 3% annually, your $100,000 in savings will be losing nearly half its purchasing power over 20 years. You're literally getting poorer while thinking you're being financially responsible. The wealthy understand this, which is why they ensure their money grows faster than inflation. They're not beating themselves over a $5 coffee. They're focusing on making their money work harder than the inflation rate rather than eating it away. The rich build assets, not savings. While the average Australian focus on saving a percentage of their income, wealthy people focus on converting their income into assets that generate more income. Think about it. When was the last time you heard of someone becoming rich from their savings account? It doesn't happen. Instead, the wealthy buy or build assets, investment properties, businesses, stock portfolios, intellectual property, things that put money in their pocket every month. When a wealthy person wants to make a major purchase, they don't save up for it. They create or acquire an asset that generates the cash flow to pay for it. The wealthy use good debt as leverage. Here's something that will sound completely backwards if you've been raised in the traditional financial advice. Wealthy people actually love debt, but not the kind that funds depreciating consumer purchases. They use strategic debt to acquire assets that generate returns higher than the interest they're paying. For example, using a 4% interest loan to purchase a property that returns 8 to 10% annually in combined rental income and capital growth. That's how you make money work for you instead of working for money. Your income is limited, but your assets aren't. There's a ceiling for how much you can earn from your job or even your business if you're actively involved in running it. There are only so many hours in a day and only so much your employer will ever pay you. The wealthy understand this fundamental limit, which is why they focus on building systems and acquiring assets that make money while they sleep. And they don't just build one, they build or buy multiple streams of passive income. The rich invest in financial education, not just products. Want to know the ultimate investment the wealthy make before anything else? They invest in their financial intelligence. They understand how money works, how tax law operates, how business structures function. They don't mindlessly follow financial advice from someone trying to sell them a product. They develop the knowledge to evaluate opportunities themselves and make informed decisions. Let me tell you about Michael. Frustrated after 15 years of diligently saving, he had accumulated $150,000 in savings. Impressive, right? But he was still renting, still working a job he tolerated rather than loved, and still felt financially stressed. After learning these principles, Michael made a pivotal decision. Instead of continuing to add to his savings, he used $100,000 as a deposit on a $500,000 investment property in a growth area. He kept $50,000 as a safety buffer. The property generated rental income that covered most of the mortgage, and after some minor renovations, it appreciated by 15% in just 18 months. More importantly, Michael used the equity to secure a loan for a second property a year later. Fast forward 3 years, Michael now owns 3 properties worth $1.8 million combined, with about $1.1 million in strategic debt and $700,000 in equity. His properties generate positive cash flow after all expenses. He built more wealth in 3 years of strategic investment than 15 years of savings. And the best part? Michael recently negotiated to work 4 days a week because his passive income covers the difference. He's no longer just surviving, he's building genuine financial freedom, while his former colleagues are still counting pennies. So, what have we learned? Saving alone is a losing strategy in an inflationary economy. Building and acquiring income-producing assets is how wealth is really created. Strategic good debt can accelerate wealth building when used to acquire assets. Your focus should be on increasing income streams, not just reducing expenses. Financial education is the foundation of all wealth building. I'm not saying you shouldn't have any savings. Everyone needs a financial buffer for emergencies and opportunities. But if all you're doing is saving, you're playing a game designed for you to lose. The path to genuine financial freedom isn't about pinching pennies. It's about thinking and acting like the wealthy already do. It's about transforming your relationship with money from one of scarcity and fear to one of abundance and opportunity. For additional resources, be sure to check out the show notes where I've linked some helpful templates like the Financial Fitness Tracker, the Debt Snowball Spreadsheet, and Financial Terms Glossary. Now it's your turn. Has this episode challenged your thinking about savings versus investing? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this episode, please hit the subscribe button. I release new financial insights every week. If you're new to my channel or returning for some fresh insights, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Until next time, I'm Christine. Thank you for committing to a life of freedom, choice, and abundance through financial literacy.